welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to film this video. You guys, I had no intentions on filming this video. I mean, I know I always look like this, but like I didn't even try a little bit today. But I needed to sit down and film. I literally just got home and I got a whole bag of Dollar Tree makeup. You guys, did I say Doubletree? Dollar Tree. Doubletree is the hotel with the good cookies. You guys, I don't know. I'm just so excited. So, before we get into the video, please do not forget to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified every time I upload a new video, or as often as you'd like to be reminded about my videos. My videos are here for whenever you guys want to come and watch them. Please don't forget to share my videos with your friends and family. And you guys, let's get into it because I feel like I can't even put sentences together. I'm like too excited. Okay, I don't know if I'll zoom you in too much, but let me zoom you in a little bit. Okay, you guys, so I readjusted, ignored the baby hairs. Like I said, I had no intentions on filming today, but here we are. You guys, I just went and I got just a little bit of everything. I will say I couldn't find a concealer, so I got another foundation. We're going to fill it and see what it feels like. If it feels a little too greasy, then what I'm going to do is maybe go in with my ColourPop foundation or concealer. But another thing that I did not purchase today were makeup brushes. And that's because my Dollar Tree had a bunch of Wet n Wild brushes and I already have a bunch of Wet n Wild brushes. So I'm just going to use the ones that I already have. They didn't have a sponge, so we might go in with a sponge as well. We will see. Okay, you guys, got it all set out. I should have done that first. But anyway, so there's a couple things they didn't have. And the first thing they didn't have was eye primer or any kind of primer, really. So I picked this up to use like concealer. It is Cover Mate's paraben-free compact makeup. You guys, I feel like this is going to be oily, but we're just going to go for it. So that is the color. I'm hoping that it will dry down. So another thing they didn't have was setting powder. So I did get a powder foundation and I feel like it's going to be way too dark. So I think I am going to go ahead and set my eyes with my Airspun. I mean, I don't think you can get that at the dollar store, but you can get it like super cheap. And I'm just going to go in like really lightly with this because it's going to be oily. So I'm just going with my Airspun. You guys can get Airspun sometimes for like $4. So that's why I'm going with this one. And then I'm just going to take it on just whatever little brush, honestly. Okay, so I went in and I set that with that foundation. I hope that it's nice and set and it's not going to get oily. It feels good. It feels set. So for eyeshadow, you guys, I wanted to like get like some really good colors because I feel like anytime that I've seen these type of videos, it's always like a neutral look, but there's only neutral eyeshadow palettes. So that is what I got. I got this eyeshadow palette. This one is from LA Colors. And then I got this loose eyeshadow as well. It's like pinky. So this one is a little shimmery still, you can tell, but it was definitely a lot more toned down than some of the other palettes they had. So I'm just gonna go with it and hopefully these colors will still work. Let's try to mix into a couple of these for transition. And I'm just going in with the Wet n Wild blending brush. Oh my god, are these gonna show up? Okay, so we have like a little bit of a transition going there. I'm just gonna use the same brush and we're gonna try to dig into like a little bit of the darker colors. And let's see if that does anything. So I really wanted to do a cut crease, and I feel like that's going to be difficult to do because there's no concealer, but this is the foundation that I got, so I'm going to see if I can use like a light amount of foundation and then kind of cut the crease a little bit. This is the LA Colors Liquid Makeup. I did get this super light one. Okay, so I'm just going to use that concealer brush. Oh, you guys, this blends into like nothing. We're just going to try a little bit of both and see what happens. Kind of blend off as much of that as I can to make sure it's not going to be like oily. Just like that. So then we're going to go in with that pink loose shadow now. And it does come with an applicator, but I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use just like a flat brush. And I'm just going to dip in here. Hello? Okay, so I'm going to take it about there. And then what I'm going to do is, I got two blush colors, but really I got this because I was thinking maybe I could use it as eyeshadow a little bit. So we're about to see if that works. Sorry guys, just trying to get this all open. And this shadow is from Color Mates, or and this blush is from Color Mates. And I'm just going to take another flat brush. And I'm just going to try to load this up the best that I can. And we're going to dab this here. Oh, it almost looks like the same shade. I wanted it to be a little bit darker. And we're going to go back into the browns and just try to deepen it up a little bit more. Just like that, just to give a little something. I know there's barely anything. So I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side and I will be right back. Okay you guys, so I mentioned earlier they didn't have any kind of primer. So I'm not going to put primer on my whole face. I'm just going to go with my step one on my nose because I already know that my nose gets like too oily. And I actually want to see like how long this will last, or how well it would last I should say, because I'm only going to keep this on for a while afterwards. But I want to see like, will this last at all? I don't know. So just because I know I get super oily there, I'm going to go in with that primer. But if I didn't get oily, I would go in with no primer. So another thing they didn't have was concealer. So I'm just going to go in with this foundation and hopefully it will conceal something. You guys, this is really white. Okay, you guys, I have to go in with a sponge, so just ignore this part, act like you don't see it. And let's hope we can get this to blend right. I'm putting this one first because it's a lot lighter, obviously. And so I'm hoping that I can kind of blend with my foundation here in a second. Okay, so that's obviously very white. But now we're going to go in with the foundation. I'm going to mix, well, let's see how light this one is. If it's not too light for me, then I'll probably just use the one. But if it's light, if it's too dark, then I'll probably mix it. Because like I said, I did get two foundations. So, I mean, there was only two options. Oh, okay, I feel like this might actually be my skin. So I'm going to use the lighter one under my eyes after I put this on, and then we'll see what happens. And I'm just using water when I need it instead of, I don't know, something else. Oh my god, come on. I feel like if they would have had my color, like my actual shade, this wouldn't be the worst, but it's like super light. I mean, I have an even kind of skin now, a base, whatever. I feel like that's as good as I'm gonna get it. This is clearly too light for me, even being the medium tan. Oh, sorry, tan. That is the tan shade. Whoops, just dropped all that. So for contour, I did grab this stick contour. I did grab 2 of them because I wasn't sure which one was going to be more my shade. So we might just go with both of them. These are from LA Colors. So those are the 2 shades. So I think I'm just going to go in with a darker one since it blended out to nothing earlier. And let's just use our sponge. And we're just going to add a little bit more. And I feel like that blended out to nothing. So I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side. Let me add a little more on the forehead. Okay, so I don't know if that really did much, but it's on. And then for setting powder, so they did have this other powder, but it was like really orange. And then the white or the lighter color was like really pink. So I was kind of like, okay, that's not going to work. So then I went down and they had like a few of these e.l.f. I don't even know what shade this is, but it's like e.l.f. setting powder. There's like little specks of like salt on it or something. It was completely packaged. But let's see what happens if we set this. So I'm just going to take my Wet n Wild fluffy brush and we're just going to go in here. Oh my god, that is really white. Okay. Oh my god, you guys. That is pretty light. I don't know if you guys could tell that it's much lighter than the other foundation I had on. So you guys, I just want to clarify, earlier I said that there was no concealer, and I forgot to mention there was one concealer, but it was like bright white highlight. It was not concealer. It looked like super glittery and shimmery. I didn't buy it because the highlight itself was even way too white for me. Honestly, I don't even know who would be able to use a highlight that white. It was like white out with glitter. I'm not even joking. It was crazy. So I went and I got these 2 highlights. This one does look very white, but I was thinking this one looks a little bit dark. I'm not sure how it'll swatch. So I got this one just in case I need to kind of like mix them together. It doesn't look as white as it looks on camera. I don't know. It looks, I mean, it looks pretty white on camera. But let me, ooh, that feels like buttery. What? Okay, let me try this brown one here. So these are the 2 shades. I don't know if you can see the brown one. It's like right there. They both feel buttery and nice. Oh, there you go. You can see it a little better. So I think I'm gonna maybe just dab a little bit into both of them. So I don't have a fan brush or anything, but I'm just gonna dip into both of them and see what happens. Hopefully it's a pretty color. The white one is definitely more stronger than the brown one. Okay, you guys, so for setting spray, they actually didn't have one, but because they had the Wet n Wild brushes, I went ahead and I brought along my Wet n Wild Photo Focus Natural Finish Setting Mist. So we're going to use that today, and hopefully it works. I'll link it down below. I do not remember how much it was. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so now that I have that all set, we're going to move on to eyeliner and mascara. So they had one eyeliner, like literally there was only one left, and it was like broken, so I didn't want to get it, but it was a Wet n Wild eyeliner. Now the packaging looked different. I don't know if maybe it was an old version of it, or I'm not sure. But I'm just going to go in with my eyeliner that I have at home by Wet n Wild. And I'm also going to go in with the mascara that they had, which was this Wet n Wild Enhance and Define Full Healthy Lash Mascara. And I'm just going to go in and line my eyes like I always do, which is pretty simple and thin. And I hope this is not waterproof mascara. I don't like this wand. Ew. Oh well, we're going in. Okay, you guys, so I got that mascara and that eyeliner on. The mascara started kind of like burning. I don't know why. Like when I'm putting my mascara on, I always go from the lash line up with all my mascara. Sometimes I get a little mascara on my lash line, nothing happens. I got this mascara on my lash line and it kind of started burning. I don't know why. I've used other Wet n Wild mascaras and I didn't have any issues with them burning. But I don't know. So I just kind of left my lashes to that extent. Okay, so moving on to lips. Okay, so I lined my lips and I just darkened up the corners. I'm going to try to swatch this and see. Oh, it's actually like really pinky, huh? Like a peachy pink. So let's see if we can pop this in the center. I don't like the smell. It smells like a weird crayon. Ugh. You guys, not a fan, not a fan, not a fan. I don't like the smell. And then I'm just gonna blend it. Ugh. You guys, I'm gonna... I do not like that smell at all. Let me see if the liquids... Oh, this side smells like bubblegum. Oh. Okay, let me put this on top. You guys, the taste of this... I don't like it either. Oh, I need help. Okay, you guys, so that is everything that I purchased on my face. I didn't put anything on the bottom waterline because it is a shimmery palette, so I didn't think it was going to help the situation out at all. So I just kind of skipped over that. My final thoughts are, please, can we get some mattes? Like, just a couple mattes. Like, one matte eyeshadow palette from the dollar store. That would be nice. The pink color was, like, pretty okay. I mean, I wet it with water a little bit, and it still didn't really, like, vamp up the color. So, there's that. I think my favorite products were actually the highlights. They actually feel pretty soft. I just wish they had, obviously, better color range. And the brown one is kind of very light. The blush wasn't that bad either. It just needs a little bit more pigmentation for me and my skin tone. Maybe if you're really fair, this will be perfect on you. I'm not sure. Other than that, I feel like the foundations, these ones and the little compact, I feel like, I mean, it's expected for them to be oily, but I still feel like, can we get a foundation that's not oily from the dollar store? Like, please, just one time. This is a complete no. Stay away from it. If you see it, walk away. Like, no, 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 no. Also, it would be nice to have more variety in color and actually just variety of powder foundation. But if I had to pick one thing as, like, my ultimate favorite, I honestly think it would be the highlight. Everything else was, like, just okay. But I'm going to go ahead ahead and go about my day. I'm going to leave this on for, I don't know, just a couple hours. And then we're going to check in to see what it's looking like. Like, will the foundation get more oily? Will it stay? I don't know. So far it's staying. I know that I probably look shiny, but you guys, my forehead's just naturally shiny. I need like a matte primer. And even then, sometimes it still is just shiny. But I'll do like a quick check-in in a second for you, and then we'll see what I'm looking like. Okay, you guys, I am back. At this point, we are a little bit over 4 hours, and I'm going to show you what my skin looks like, but I know what you're thinking. Wow, she came back looking better than she did before with this hairstyle. You guys, I am organizing. I'm moving makeup back and forth, trying to get everything to fit. So excuse me, but let me zoom you in so you can look at the makeup. Okay, guys, so this is what I'm looking like. I am a little bit more oily than I normally would be, but that's probably because I don't have a primer on. My nose is still looking pretty okay, but I have a primer on. As far as like how it's filling, it definitely feels like I didn't set my face. So almost like the liquid foundation was stronger than the powder foundation, and almost like it just soaked it all up. I'm not really sure. But like if I touch my face, it feels like I just went in with foundation and I didn't set it or anything like that, which I personally don't like that feeling. But yeah, this is what I'm looking like. I'm just always curious because you always see these kind of videos and nobody shows you what it looks like in the long run, you know what I mean? Okay, guys, but that is it. That is everything. All Dollar Tree, $1 makeup. I will do an e.l.f. makeup look soon or something like that. I know that I've had a couple of comments of doing more like affordable makeup or something like that, and I will gladly do that for you guys hopefully soon. I just have something on my mind that I want to talk to you guys about, but also like nobody that I know or that I've watched on YouTube does this kind of thing. So I just don't know if I want to like talk to you guys about it. But if I do, you guys will know soon. But yeah, guys, that is going to be it. I'm going to let you go so you don't have to look at all this anymore. And I will see you guys in my next one. Adios.